Best in podcast, the best in town. You wanna get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you wanna go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth, and
We're no damn experts.
That went off the rails quickly.
It did. Welcome to Friday, folks. We hope you're enjoying. You're gonna enjoy this podcast episode. I just know
you
it.
are. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're so confident because this is one of those that you just showed up for.
I did.
Yeah.
So
here we go. I'll take over.
Yeah.
We'll rock and roll. We have Dakota Dixon in studio with us today, which we're so excited to have him. Dakota, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
welcome, Dakota.
Yeah. Usually we're a little more on top of it. We say like we're no damn experts in unison, and it sounds cool.
It's all right.
Went off the rails today. Yeah.
Before I'm going to let you talk, Shannon, why did you bring him on the podcast?
That's a great question. Dakota's here because he is part of the skate park community.
Oh.
Yes. So there's an event happening that will have already happened when this podcast comes out, but we're prepping you for next year for it because it does happen most every year. And he has an exciting business coming, and this is just a part of Great Falls that we haven't really delved into. Yeah.
Okay, Dakota, now that I know why you're here, or some basic premise, I got a lot of questions. Let's start with how long you been in our town and how long you been, I'm assuming you're a skater boy.
Yeah, for the most part. Well, I was born and raised here in Great Falls for the most part.
Okay.
I did live out of town for just a little bit. I moved to Billings for not very long, just a few years. But
That makes sense.
Yep, came back here.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I kind of got like my skate culture and whatnot. Funny thing is, after I came back, I hadn't skated for a really long time. I've actually been rodeoing for the last like 10 years.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
What's your rodeo sport?
I've rode bulls for the last 10 years.
Okay.
That is okay. I don't think that's a crossover that happens.
No.
You're kind of a rarity there. Yeah.
It's pretty weird. I don't know. I haven't met anybody else that really has done that either.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've always loved skating. It was always like my in the back pocket, hidden.
I've tried it one time. I'm going to say twice. I've been on a skateboard twice, and both times was with my godson. And he said, and Becca, let's maybe never do that again. And I'm like, I think maybe if I practice. He's like, nope. I don't think it
He just
all
had no
if you
confidence
practice.
in you.
No. It's like, why don't you teach me how to make a quesadilla? I'm like, okay, I can do that.
And you have a cool, like your hand tattoo is rodeo inspired, yes?
Yeah, I got a lot of different rodeo inspired ones. I got a lot of different tribal ones too and whatnot that goes all the way up to the arm. Like the one on the hand is the end of the trail. And so kind of long story, but to make it short, I ended up having a couple heart surgeries when I was like 18, 19.
Wow.
Oh.
And that was when like the rodeo kind of stuff got cut back a lot. And so I'd rodeoed for so long since I was like, 13, 14. And after that stuff kind of hit and I wasn't able to rodeo anymore, it was like, I don't know, it might be cliche, but it was like, the end of the trail type deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like didn't know exactly where to
cliche at
go.
all.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So yeah, that was kind of where I ended up getting that idea. Plus, they said I couldn't join the military after that. So I was like, all right, hand tattoo it is.
Perfect. You don't have to worry about that.
Yep,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So you've lived a life already.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, a couple of them, it seems like.
I would agree. So let's dig into a lot of things here.
Sure.
What got you into riding bulls? I mean, are you a city kid? I mean, because that's all in my mind. I always equate skater boys with city kids and rodeo guys with country boys. So
I don't know. I think after traveling a lot, I think city wise here in Montana compared to being out of state is a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the big cities that we have here in Montana, like Missoula and Bozeman and Billings and of course Great Falls and stuff like that. But I like being in those kind of bigger cities where I do have somewhat of amenities, but like bigger cities like that, that is not
That
my
is a
forte.
difference.
Yeah.
I'm not with all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, this is my home base. I've always, whether it was a really small town or a big city that we consider a big city in Montana, I've never really minded it too much. So.
But how did you get into bull riding then? Like,
Oh, that was that.
you just like saw it at the county fair and you're like, yeah, that's for me.
It's kind of a really funny story. So when I was younger, my dad was a skateboarder, right? And then he went to the military, and when he came back, he was like, "Oh, I'm all cowboy now, and I'm gonna all this stuff." And I was like, "Man, that's like the lamest thing in the world." You know what I mean? I hated going to rodeos. I didn't enjoy it at all. And then when I hit the age where I could start getting on bulls, I was getting into like a whole bunch of trouble, which was like really bad. And so.
Your dad said, "Get on the ball."
Yeah,
Straighten
exactly.
you
He
out.
was like, he's like, just try this lifestyle. You know what I mean? He's like, it helped flip my life around a lot. So I just he wanted to try and, put that onto me. So, I went to, the Fort Belknap Reservation up there in, like by Malta and whatnot up in the High Line. And,
that's
God's
her neck of the
country.
woods up there.
yep,
Yeah.
for sure. And, got on a couple bulls up there, really enjoyed it, and, gave me a lot more adrenaline than the skateboarding. So I just stuck with it.
Oh,
Do you remember the first time you got on a bull?
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was that like?
What
I
was the bull's name?
terrified. I don't know what its name was actually. It was just
Meanie.
big old black bull. Yeah, something like that. But I don't know. I remember like I was kind of around it so much with like my dad and stuff, and then when I finally did want to make the switch, I think I was so excited that I was old enough that I could get on bulls too. So I wasn't really too nervous or freaked out. I mean, obviously I had a little bit of them, but nothing to the point where I was like, oh man, I'm just got to hurry up and get this over with, That first time I went up there, I mean, I got on like 4 bulls that first day.
Nice.
And
Wow.
yeah, so it's kind of one of those things where I just did it the first time and I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do this forever. So
Until your stupid heart.
yeah, for
Right?
real.
Come on.
Yeah, no doubt.
This sounds bad because I'm not implying that you fall off all the time, but inevitably in bull riding, it's very rare when you just get to gently hop off the bull, right?
Yes.
Do you get used to the feeling of getting like hitting the ground?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I never did. I don't know. If somebody else did, then they might be losing like half the feeling in their body. But
Right?
You're like, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know?
This is
Don't
what
look
it feels
forward
like
to
to
it.
hit the ground every time.
I mean,
yeah.
there was like the first time I ever actually like rode my bull for like the full 8 seconds and like I won a rodeo and stuff up there in Kalispell. Man, it still hurt.
Yeah.
Like I got off on my feet and I like rode him for the whole 8 seconds. I didn't get stepped on or nothing, and
Yeah.
I was still in pain. And I was like, man, I thought that was like supposed to be
jarring.
the easy part,
Right?
you know?
You're like, this is not easier.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Do you still ride then?
After the heart surgeries, I kind of lost a big drive for it.
Yeah.
But I've started doing the cowboy protection. I feel like I get a little bit more of like a laid back feeling for that. I don't know how, but and then essentially what cowboy protection is like the bullfighters. So like if a bull rider falls
Yeah.
off, we're the people that go in there and then kind of just distract the bull for the most part.
Yeah.
But that's what my dad did, and he was a rodeo clown for the longest time. Because when I started riding bulls, he kind of he shifted, and he wanted to attend all the rodeos with me, and I was still pretty young, so he was rodeo clowning for a bunch of different rodeos, and I just go to every one that he did. Well, then after I got out of the bull riding, he told me, he's like, well, that's what I did. I went over the bullfighting, so why don't you go give that a shot? And I went down to a school down in Utah for like 5 days, and it was a really good school. We got around a lot of bulls, and then picked up a couple shows after that. Plus,
Wow.
bullfighting pays every time, where the bull riding does not, unfortunately.
And in
Seems
theory,
like a
you're not
better
in
business
Yeah,
then.
and you're not in pain every time either.
Yeah,
I would
I get out sometimes a little bit cleaner, but
Yeah.
if I do get wrecked out in the bullfight and it's Honestly,
Worse.
a lot worse. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step in and take this horn.
Yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah, I used to think I was like all scared when I was getting on him, and then when I went to the bullfight, and I was like, man, what am I
This
doing?
is a whole
I'm
new
like,
level.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, what am I doing to myself? Like, but I'm already there, like
Yeah.
getting ready for the guy to come out, and that's when I'm thinking like, oh man,
Oh.
I should just go
Good
home.
choices. I've made good choices here.
Right?
This is a very maybe the stereotype. I'm talking stereotypical cliche here. Skater boy look, bull rider look. Do you integrate those? Do you get made fun of if you wear one to the other, or do you
Not
just kind of have your
really.
own thing?
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
kind of just got my own thing.
Yeah.
I,
You're like,
you know,
"Ah, it's Dakota Dixon
I love that.
style."
Not a lot
Yeah.
of people are gonna make fun of a bull rider
Yeah.
either, though. You know.
No. Yeah.
Or a bullfighter.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
all those
Mhm.
options. Like,
Yeah.
I like to
goes
say
toe
it's
to
like
toe with a bull.
Yeah.
People.
I like to think it's like my own style.
Yeah,
you know? I
totally.
wear like jeans. I got like a belt buckle and a tucked in shirt, but I wear like a skater hoodie and my skate
Yeah.
shoes every day. You know, the only main difference is if I'm wearing a cowboy hat or a ball
Yeah.
cap. Really,
You should make your own line.
I know. Really,
Like
I
your own
really
clothing
think
line.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of opportunity just in your name for branding
Yeah.
things. So,
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Let-
See, we're here to give you all the because what we haven't
We're-
got to is he's also starting his own business, so we'll just throw another
we're,
one at him.
We're getting
Yeah.
that. Yeah. We're idea fairies. We
Yeah.
just share ideas. And then we say, "Oh, make that happen," and
Yeah.
then we'll promote it.
We'll support you. Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
Okay, so we've, I think, covered the rodeo life. Let's talk a little bit about your skating life. When did you start skating, and what are you still skating today? What is I know less about skating, so
Yeah. So, starting skating was, I mean, like way back when I was really young. My dad, like I said, was a skateboarder for a very, very long time, and you know, my grandparents got pictures of like our driveway all like decked out with like rails and like half pipes and all this
nice.
stuff. When I was like a kid, and my grandma still has this like little newspaper thing, and it's like me and a little walker out there and stuff like that with like a bunch of people skating. It was like when Steve-O and like Bam and all those
Yeah.
guys came to town. So I don't know. I haven't seen that picture in a long time, but that was kind of where it all started, and I just kind of kept skating as I was younger. And then I think when I was like 8 or 9 was when I was like, man, I'm gonna go try and be a pro skateboarder. And then I got in a lot of trouble.
and they're like, "No, you're gonna ride bulls for a
Yeah,
bit."
for sure, for sure.
Straighten
Do you
Yeah.
see the balance that's required to be on a skateboard help you in bull riding? Like,
yeah.
I think there's some
That's a good
similarities
question.
there.
Most,
Yeah.
most definitely. I am not somebody that likes to go to the gym at all. I don't like to lift weights. I don't
Yeah.
do any of that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I think skateboarding was always something that was like good with cardio and good with balance and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it just, you know, when you got to pop a skateboard and the way you got to move your legs and your feet, you know, you have to have a lot of control. So I've always felt like that kind of helped out a lot. I mean, there's a couple different things obviously that go into that, but I always felt like that was kind of like my forte. I think
Yeah.
it's different for everybody, but for me, I think that kind of helped out just a little bit. So,
Okay. And so what kind of skating do you do? Like, are you going to the X Games? Are you
no. I wish, but I'm just kind of like,
that's the extent of my skating knowledge right there.
I think,
that's it.
I think to me, I think I kind of lost the full want of ever wanting to be like a pro skater. I don't think I ever really like. I still, even now with me trying to open up the skate shop, I still don't really have that much of a drive. But like I guess there's two different kind of cultures when it comes down to skateboarding, and you have street skaters, and then you have like I guess like what you call vert skaters, but that's just like park skateboarders. Which, you know, it mixes into everything, but when you're in Billings, that kind of culture was a lot more of like the street skating. So, you know,
Okay.
you go around town finding different things and just kind of being creative.
It's like parkour on a skateboard.
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Exactly. It
Okay.
kind of just makes it, you have to be like more creative where, you know, you can go to a skate park and then you can get the practice in, but then, you know, like you want to kind of maybe take that to the streets and then hit something that's a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to find handrails and stuff like that are at the skate park that you like. Sorry to any business out there that gets their handrails skated,
Yeah.
but if you got a good handrail, I don't know what to say. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I think if I was going to categorize myself, I'd say I was like a street skater. That's just
Okay.
where I've always kind of stuck with. I'm kind of scared of the big old ramps, but I'll definitely jump down a stair set or something like that for sure.
Okay. Okay. How many amazing wrecks have you had on a skateboard? I mean, because I've watched people do the massive, like, fancy stuff and go down handrails, and I think, what in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna face plant before I even get to the onto the skateboard.
Yeah.
Honestly, let's be truthful
Yeah.
here. So
I think just about every time I get on a skateboard, I eat it. So
Yeah.
just about every day. I think it's a learning process every day. So it
that's
kind of.
something else.
I think there's worse slams for sure, but I think just about every time I go out and go to the skate park, or something, I always end up eating it pretty bad once.
Have you broken lots of bones between your two different sports?
Just rodeo,
Okay.
rodeo. I luckily didn't break anything while I was skateboarding,
Wow.
but I did definitely take a lot during rodeo.
Yeah.
So, and I think that kind of like is like a part of the wear for the skateboarding now. I think that's why I don't really care too much to put in the effort to try and get like super good and stuff like that. I think I just kind of have like my own set of tricks and my own set of things that I like to do. I just get more enjoyment out of it now. Like
oh yeah.
where when I was younger, I was like, I used to pressure myself like really hard because I'm like, well, if you want to be a professional, you got to do this every day and you got to do this and learn this and stuff. So now that I'm older and whatnot, I just do it for fun.
Yeah.
I purely out of just for fun and to waste time and to just be outside, really.
There's freedom in that, where you're not
Exactly.
putting pressure on yourself to be Tony Hawk or whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
So being a street skater, do you go to skate parks? Do you travel?
Oh
and
yeah, for sure.
See them?
For sure. There's like, I think almost every time I normally travel, I try and hit a skate park or two just to be out on the way. Because, you know, from the time of like when skateboarding started and they were building skate parks to like the ones that they're building now are completely different. So like, you know, back in the day, people used to just swim or skate like swimming pools or like,
yeah.
ditches and stuff like that. Because skateboarding came from surfing. And so when there was no surf and whatnot, they would go skate. And so it kind of just took away from that. And then later on, they kind of started, you know, doing different flat ground tricks. But, you know, as skateboarding continued to progress, they started building like street plazas and stuff like that, where they take all the different amenities that you're looking for in a street spot and make it into a skate park. And so, you know, Great Falls Skate Park is more on the vert side. You have a lot of different like bowls and ramps and stuff like that, to where if you were to go to like Billings, they don't really have that kind of stuff. They have more like rails and stair sets and ledges and stuff. So,
Okay.
which is more stuff that you'd obviously find in the streets than you would, you know, a pool in somebody's backyard or something, you know.
Yeah.
When I see skating on TV, it's the big wooden ramp style
Yeah.
bowls. Is that specific to like them doing tricks, or is that specific to something you'd find in the wild?
No, that's just specific for them to do the tricks for
Okay.
sure. Those are like your Tony Hawks and like the Mike Vallely's and stuff like that do all of those really big crazy stuff, which is like the X Games. You know what I mean? You find that stuff a lot in your X Games, where they have a separated organization called like SLS, which is just the Street League Skateboarding, which is like the exact same thing, except they just build a street park instead of doing like the big ramps and stuff. So, but it's all part of it. So at the end of the day,
I haven't found any skating things on ESPN 8, which I have said is my favorite ESPN now. ESPN
Is
Ocho.
that what else is on ESPN Ocho?
There's some really random stuff.
Is this like where you watch people play chess?
I haven't seen chess yet.
Okay. Bowling?
Nope. Bowling
is bowling
not,
on like ESPN 6 or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably 5. 8's got like the axe throwing, the cornhole.
Oh, yeah.
Quibbage is on there.
Like Harry Potter game?
Whatever the non-Harry Potter term of what that sport is
Okay.
on 8. So 8's
Dang.
really good. 8's got some random stuff.
I
and
feel like
Might have to hang
skateboarding
up-
would is
Yeah,
going to
it's
be on
gonna
a
be like
higher
3.
line.
It's gonna be like 3 or
ESPN
2.
2 or 3. Yeah.
Hey, if they got Quidditch on ESPN, I think I'm gonna hang up just about everything to go do that.
Right? No kidding. You're
I'm like,
new goal in life. Yeah.
I'm watching ESPN 8 and they're explaining to me how the sport is done. And I'm like, I don't think it's a sport if you have to explain it on the TV.
I like that they explain it. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Well, they had to because I didn't know what was
'Cause
going
no
on.
one
I'm
knows
like,
what's
what is
happening.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's some really weird handball things that they do on 8.
Okay.
So this is not an 8 sport. This is like a 2.
Yeah.
ESPN 2
Yeah.
or 1 sport.
Yes.
I've seen some 1 stuff.
Yeah. With bull riding as well.
Okay.
He's not up in the ochos. His sports are
No.
uno dos.
Yeah, they're big time. So talk to us about you've taken this life, 4 different lives we've talked about now, and we're moving into the new era. Tell us what this new? You mentioned it already. You're looking at starting a skate shop.
Yeah, so it's gonna be called the Funk Skate and Snow Shop.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
I like it.
I'm pretty excited. We're gonna be selling like skateboards, bikes, and then scooters, and then during the wintertime we'll branch
Awesome.
off and do like snowboards and skis.
That's great.
And then my kind of longevity plan is I would like to build an indoor skate park here.
Oh,
so,
that'd be amazing.
Kind of get like I like the winter sports. I'm not the biggest fan of having to correspond
Yeah.
that into the business, but I think that's what'll keep me alive during the winter times.
Yeah. Smart.
So if I do the indoor skate park, I can put the skate shop in there, and then we can kind of carry on, and people can go in there at all times of the year, whether it's snowing or not.
I love that idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Be able to provide that kind of stuff for the kiddos and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do skateboarders ever do like rollerblading?
I don't think so.
I think they're
Does
separate.
this skateboarder ever do rollerblading?
I definitely don't.
You know, like skiers will do like rollerblading or
That's like real intense. You got to be
training things. Like, oh, I can't do this, so I'm gonna do this while
Yeah.
I just wondered.
You know,
I would, if I were a hardcore skater, which I'm not, would make fun of people who would do rollerblading.
I've actually had like a buddy or two that rollerbladed because they skied, but they didn't do anything else. But just because that they skied, they would go to the skate park on rollerblades and stuff like that. But yeah, I was like, I don't know, I didn't wear that stuff to the skate park. Maybe if I went to like the roller skating rink or something, but
Yeah, a little bit different environment, but
for sure.
I know there's like some hardcore competitive rollerbladers in our community, so I don't want to make too much fun. What I'm talking about is if I were a hardcore skater.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you like if I wasn't.
Right.
I'm not going to sit in my office and make fun of you because you're a rollerblader. It's still a lot of work. I can't do that either.
Yeah. It's a good workout.
And there's like actually a lot of I think it's actually kind of majority taken over by females, but like there's a lot of females that go to the skate park on roller skates other than rollerblades.
Oh, wow.
And
Ooh.
I've seen tons of different videos of girls doing like flips and stuff over spines
my
on roller
gosh.
skates. I would never do that. That's horrible. I don't know. Like
That's a little bit of talent there.
yeah, for sure,
a
for
lot.
sure. I never thought that roller skating would ever take it to that point, but
Yeah.
I guess it definitely has.
Wow.
I think anybody on any sport's going to go extreme if they can.
Yeah.
I want people to go, God, did you see her?
Yeah.
And it was intentional, not like
In a good way.
Yeah.
As a compliment.
Not like, does she have any teeth left
Right.
in her head, you think?
Yeah. When's the Funk opening? Do you have a?
I don't really have
Yeah, okay.
a for sure date quite
It
yet.
is coming.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm pretty young still, and I've never done something like this before. So I'm kind of I wanted to take my time with
Yeah.
it and make sure that it actually goes correctly the first time, so that I'm not just jumping into it
Yeah.
and like getting myself caught up in a bunch of different things. So my main goal is probably by the end of September. I was gonna try and do it by the 1st of September,
Yeah.
but with the skate competition going on,
Yeah.
this tomorrow and stuff like that, it's kind of just putting me at a little bit of a setback for right now, but it'll be open pretty soon.
Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
the skate competition.
Mhm.
What the
Oh,
heck
yeah.
is...
Yeah. We got him. Like he's coming in the midst of planning
Yeah.
lots of things happening in his life right now.
I don't think that's a great plan, but hey, you seem
He
calm and
said yes
collected.
to the invitation. I didn't
You
know
seem
that.
calm and collected. So
Yeah.
I mean,
talk to us about this
yeah.
competition.
Sure. August 16th. Well, it'll be obviously past this point
Yeah.
now, but
plan for next year.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. And so this is something that 20 Past 4, which is
Okay.
a local business here,
Mhm.
owned by Mike Mattern and Jeremy Olds. They have always helped put on the Skate Jam, and I'm their regional manager for their company. And so this year, obviously, with me getting ready to do the skate shop, they kind of gave me the free reign to take over for the Skate Jam. And so I went up to Missoula on June 21st for Go Skateboarding Day, and we did a skate competition up there with the Board of Missoula, and it went really good. And so last year we kind of had a lot of stuff going on as far as like just different conventions for their field, but for this though, it's gonna end up kind of being like how do I say it? A lot different than what we've
Okay.
normally done, I
Oh,
suppose. So this year, like, we're gonna have different events, and different events are sponsored by different companies. Where
Okay.
the last couple years we've always just done only 20 Past 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the halftime has been a big sponsor. Holistic Relief has also been a big sponsor.
Oh.
20 Past 4, and then like with the Funk Skate Shop too. So there's going to be different events that are going to play into it. Normally we just go out there, we just kind of shred around, and
Yeah.
we give out a bunch of free stuff. But we're going to kind of have it a little bit more lined out, a little bit more professional this year, so that as we carry it on, it'll get a little bit better.
So tell me about because I've shared with you the extent of my knowledge in skating. What are the different types of competitions
Yeah.
you can do?
Like, what are the different
in
events?
skating?
Yeah.
So to start it off, what we've always done was just we did the 1 minute runs. So each competitor gets 1 minute for the whole entire skate park, and everybody watches them, and then they just do as many tricks as they can. And then the last couple years we just did it off of like crowd votes, which
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like, we'd have all the people there, we'd get everybody
Whoever
all
gets
standing up.
loud
And,
Everybody
enough.
get
yep,
like
exactly.
banner like 9, 10.
We didn't ever end up doing
Okay.
that. That's what we're gonna do this year,
Okay,
though. So
yeah.
With actual judges, or
yep.
are you gonna like ask me to do it? Because I'm not gonna know nothing.
Yes.
No,
Judge.
yeah.
Like,
we got
that
a
was
couple
a good
judges.
effort. I
Yeah.
would do crappier than that.
Heck yeah. No, I'm gonna be one of the judges because I'm pretty well rounded for the bikes, the scooters, and the skateboards. So,
Oh.
and then I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but his name's Ricky Lopez. He came out of Great Falls. He's a professional BMXer, and he
Nice.
just moved back, and he's been helping me out a lot too with the biking stuff. And he's also going to be one of the judges. And then I have a buddy that scootered for a long, long time since I was a little, when I first started skateboarding. And he's from Billings, and he's going to come down and help us judge also. So
scootered. I don't think I've heard that as like I know what a scooter is, or at least I think I know what a scooter is, but
Like when you jump on a scooter and then
Yeah.
you're scootering.
yeah, I didn't realize that was part of it too.
Oh,
you're a
yeah,
That's
for
scooter.
sure.
fun.
I think there's more scooters than anything else, actually.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
definitely. The kids are always about the scooters. I
Yeah.
think bikes are a little too heavy for kids, and then skateboarding is just, it's kind of tough for people, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah,
So,
it's super tough.
And you said you're going to have in your, sorry, I'm jumping around, in your shop, scooters
yep,
as
yep,
well?
yep.
Okay,
So we'll
cool.
We're
be-
not talking about electric scooters, right?
no,
yeah.
electric scooters. Maybe. I don't know. See what kind of market we
Yeah,
got
I
for
was
that,
like-
huh? No.
I
Try
want.
jumping an electric scooter.
I was sad when bird scooters left. Okay, this is
Yeah.
not on topic at all. I'm just gonna tell you, I'm sad that bird scooters isn't around because
Yeah.
I like the bird scooter.
Yeah.
I
You liked
wanted to
pretending
buy
you were
a
scootering.
bird scooter. I'm not even gonna. I'm a scooterer. I don't.
A casual scooterer.
Yeah, I like to go scooting.
Amateur, if you will.
I like to go scooting.
Yeah.
But they were quality scooters, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
maybe there's a liquidation sale I can be a part of to get a bird scooter.
Or you can go see Dakota at his new store.
But he's
think-
not gonna have electric.
I know.
You
I
gotta
know that.
manually do some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. I'm okay with
You
a
don't
scooter
know. Yeah.
because you have something to hold on
Yeah.
to. But I'm not gonna go pro.
Yeah. Don't say
Okay.
that.
Anyway,
You can still dream.
I think them bird scooters were like the biggest death trap that Great Falls has ever brought. Those things were so terrifying. Huh?
people did have a lot of accidents. I
Yeah.
did not. I was
I
successful.
thankfully did
However,
not either.
based on a lot of, let's go with math, my scooter didn't get to high volumes of speed.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
when we would put like my nieces
Like
on
a small
there,
child.
they would go really fast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so then we're like, I'm trailing behind. I'm like, how fast are you going? She's like, I'm at 21. I'm like, God, I can't get past 17.
Yeah.
I'm trying to push.
And they got them all blocked out for like the good areas. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Where you can
which-
really open
So,
it up.
Yeah.
you know, my dream is to have my own little electric scooter that's like a bird scooter. I know there's other types that are, but
There was
There we
one
go.
that was, remember that we had one that was left up here for like months.
I
Liz
know.
reunited it with its owner.
Yeah.
But
the random things that happen here. So
Yeah.
back to the competition. So people are gonna. Does it matter for the first 1 minute whether they're on a skateboard, a scooter, or a bike?
So they're all going to be sectioned out into their own categories for the
Okay,
most
so
part.
we'll do bikes first, and then scooters, and
Yep, and then we'll do
skateboards.
age brackets too. So
Nice.
obviously, like we got kids. That's going to be majorly kids that'll come to the event, and so so it'll probably be like 16 and up, and then
Okay.
like anything else that's under that will go down. I'm pretty like a consistent local at the skate park though, so like I know a lot of the kids out there. There's some kids that are like 12, 13 that are out there like that are so good that they can compete with the adults. So when I do signups and stuff, I'm gonna when they come up,
Encourage them.
I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna put you up here in
This
this age
category.
bracket.
We're
Nice.
gonna do this instead of saying ages, we're gonna go advanced division,
Right.
intermediate.
yeah.
Right, for sure.
So
Class
we could
A,
show.
Class
So
B.
we could participate in the beginners.
Yep.
Category.
Yep, and
Yeah.
then we would build the self-esteem of the kids in that bracket.
Oh,
Go,
100%.
Well,
Well,
we're
it
definitely
provides
better than
comic
that one.
relief for people.
They said, oh, we
I
got
would be
this.
proud if I could stay on a skateboard through and like make it.
I
down
would be
and up.
proud of you of that too.
Thank you.
I'm not even attempting. I'm going to go scooter.
This is kind of making me want to
I'll be in the
attempt
scooter
to
division.
learn to skateboard.
Okay. Can I film it?
Yes, please. How do you feel about longboards?
Ooh.
I guess it's a pretty good way to get around town, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's about
There
all
were people when I went to college that was their main form of transportation to get around campus. They had their longboards, and you could hear them coming for a mile
Miles.
away.
That's
yeah.
helpful.
I feel
Yeah.
like the skateboard did the same thing, except
Yeah.
I could just do tricks on
Yeah.
longboards.
Yeah.
You can't really do that many tricks. So it's
Are they more stable though?
Oh,
If
yeah.
I'm starting
Ooh.
out, should I just go for the skateboard
Maybe
or
that
the
was
longboard?
if you're just trying to ride around and cruise around, I'd probably say so. They're longer, they're wider.
Yeah.
The wheels are a lot softer, so
Okay.
they go
It's
over
like a
rocks
nicer
and stuff.
ride.
They go over
Yeah.
rocks a lot easier. Where skateboard wheels are kind of like a harder material,
Okay.
and so when you hit a rock, you get stuck and
Oh.
you'll fall. Where if you have them really soft wheels, they'll just
Yeah.
ride right over it.
So
Right
this
over
depends
cracks.
on the purpose here.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just going to say that I think it's going to be better for you to do the longboard
Mm-hmm.
because the big challenge is you can get on the board and it can start to move. But if
Yeah.
you end up on a flat surface, you're eventually going to have to do the trick where you put one foot down and
You're
push
right. Yes.
and then put that foot back on the board
Mm-hmm.
and get resituated.
I don't think that's called a trick. That's just
It
my
is
guess.
if I'm a skateboarder. For my first trick,
Dakota,
I'm
is
gonna
that
show you.
considered a trick?
Yeah, no, she got you there. I don't know if that's a trick or not. Just casual pushing.
I'm going to put my foot down and push.
That is my minute-long routine.
I don't know if you're
Get
going to the
back
X
on the
Games
board.
for that one.
I
But
don't even think I'm getting
know-
out of the parking
Yeah.
lot with that one.
if you really think about it, though, like when it comes down to like even just pushing, like when I was younger and I was watching videos, like if you put it into this perspective of like you're just walking while you're pushing,
Yeah.
it kind of like made sense a lot more to me like that. Because like when you push, you put your 2 feet like straight forward,
Yeah.
and then like one leg goes forward, and then
Yeah.
the other one comes back up, and you
Yeah.
it's kind of just like walking, but then going like sideways is where a lot of people have the
Yeah.
problem there for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So
could
we're
see
gonna
that.
have the
Mhm.
open 1 minute. What happens?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get my first trick down.
I'm gonna.
Next, what's the
push
next
off.
thing you do? Like, what is the next competition after the 1 minute?
So we're gonna do a game of like skate, scoot, and then bike, and which that is just like a game of like horse for basketball, except it's for
Oh.
like tricks. And
Oh,
so,
okay.
you kind of go out there, everybody will get like draw a number or whatever, and then that's like in what rotation they'll be in. And
Okay.
so, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if one person misses a trick, then it goes on to the next person. And then they just have to pretty much mimic that trick. And so that'll be our second event. And then our final event is what we're going to just call it like the thrash finale. And so it's pretty much where we designate one section of the skate park. So we might be like, okay, so this rail right here, we're going to session for the next 5 minutes. Everybody's going to go at the same time. And you have 5 minutes to pretty much get as many tricks on it as you can. And as you land your trick, we'll come running out and we'll hand you out the free gear and stuff like that and whatnot too.
This sounds like organized chaos.
It's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. I'm super excited. It's like my favorite part of like any competition. That's like like you said, like the crazy chaos, but it's all organized. So
What'd you call it? Thrash?
like a thrash finale.
Okay.
Yep. And so it'll be bikes, scooters, and skateboards all at the same time. And there's no line. There's no nothing. You just go in wherever you can, and you might have to, you know, cut in front of somebody or bump into somebody. But that's just the fun of it.
Are all age groups out at this time too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. They will be.
Okay, so during the thrashing, you said you're going to give out things.
Thrashing.
Are you going in on a bike or like you running through and
I'll
being
just
like,
run through.
here,
Yeah.
this is yours.
Rollerblades. This is
Here,
where the
this-
rollerblades
the rollerblades.
come in.
Oh my
there
goodness.
we go. See, maybe just roller skates.
Yes.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
whatever your style is.
Yeah, I think I'll just stay home.
So anything else from an environment standpoint? All this stuff's going to be happening. I'm going to be spectating because I guess my pushing the skateboard's not a trick. So we've learned that.
yeah.
We've established that.
Might
Are
be
there
able to
gonna
get a
be-
sticker from that one, but I don't know.
Ooh.
Food
worth it.
trucks? Is there going to be lollipops
So
that hand out?
we
for-
normally do food, but we're gonna do an evening one this time, and so it'll be from
Like a closing ceremony.
yeah. So we have it lined out from 4 to 10. Obviously, we're not gonna go all the way till 10 o'clock.
10 p.m.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. So it's not gonna go that late. It'll probably only go till about like maybe 7 or
Well,
so.
it's gonna. I mean, it gets dark. How are you gonna see?
Yeah, that's why we were like, just the other day I looked down at my phone and it was only like 9,
I
and I was
know,
like,
it's
oh, it's already
gotten-
getting dark. I'm
I
like, this.
know.
We might have planned this a little too late,
Because
but
there's not lights at our rail yard, correct?
no, there's not. And I think if anything, we're gonna get like the first two, organized, like where people get like the main prizes. So like first place for the bikes and like the scooters and the skateboards, they all get a full complete. That's all brand new.
What does that
What
mean?
I- we
What's a
don't-
full
I don't-
complete?
yeah.
Yeah, so a full complete is like you'll get like a full complete bike, and then or you'll get a full
Oh.
complete scooter or
Okay.
skateboard that's already pre-built, ready to go, so that you'll get that. And then second and third is just kind of like some odds and ends where you can just attach to yours. Like we have scooter decks and handlebars and just blank skateboard decks and wheels and all that kind of stuff. So
Is there, again, people on the scooter side, are there ways to bling out your scooter, or do people not do that because it adds weight?
to do what now?
Bling it out?
Bling
like,
it out? Oh yeah,
Like
for
I'm
sure.
thinking rhinestones up my post where my handlebars are.
Oh yeah, you should
Okay.
see what some of them kids got going on their scooters down there. It's pretty
You've
wild.
got Rhinestone Cowgirl. That could be
Yep.
you.
There you go.
That
Yeah.
could be my street name.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
We're just getting this all set up for you.
No
Watch
doubt.
out.
Yeah.
Please wear a helmet and put rhinestones all over your helmet
It's
too.
gonna look like a cowgirl hat.
Mm-hmm.
The
And you can wear-
e-scootering rhinestone cowboy.
She's running through town. You'll spot her, win a prize.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, those seem like really nice prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, we've had a lot of sponsors that have helped put into it.
That's
Like
nice. Thank you, sponsors.
Yeah.
yes, thank you a lot. The halftime was like pretty cool. We just talked to them today, and so everybody that signs up gets a free taco
Ooh.
coupon
Nice.
from Taco Treat, which is
Is there an
pretty
entry fee?
great. No, there's not.
Rebecca, that's a
Rhinestone
frequent
cowgirl.
spot.
There you
The
go.
Rhinestone Cowgirl frequents the halftime. So
She's gonna sign up to do her trick and then go
Dakota's
to have
going
a
to see
taco.
that entry come across and be like, oh,
You're
no.
here just for the taco,
Right.
right? Yeah.
I'll just
Get
give you a
outta
Oh,
coupon.
here.
I'm forfeit.
Like,
I'm forfeit. I just want the sticker and the coupon.
Let's not waste anybody's time, and I'll just give you a coupon.
We're professionals here.
Uh-huh.
Get away from my
You
store.
could be like if there was an intermission or halftime entertainment. That could
I
be
could
you.
do that.
There,
Yeah.
there you go. Plan for next year
No
with that.
doubt.
Rebecca's going to show you her first trick.
which is pushing off.
She's going to put her foot down, make the skateboard go, and then get on it. Nope.
Oh,
Got
that's
a whole
funny.
new other life for you. What are some trick names?
Oh, that's
Like
a good
actual
question.
tricks.
I don't know. I guess it just depends. I suppose. Are we talking like for everything, or are we talking?
I
for...
don't. You
pick-
tell me.
Pick your favorite. What would be one of your tricks that you do that you're like, took me a while to master? It's pretty good.
Oh, I'd probably say like there's a skateboarding trick called like it's like a 360 flip.
Okay.
And so it's like where the board just does like a 360 plus a kick flip. And
Oh.
it took me forever to learn how to do that trick. And now it seems like it's the only trick I know how to do. Like I can't do anything else on a skateboard but that dang trick. But other than that, I think I don't know. I have a lot of different tricks. I think that I'm a pretty big fan of doing. I think my main thing though, I like skating rails a lot. I think that's
Okay.
my main thing is skating rails for sure.
Are they?
Go ahead.
I'm just saying because like 360 and kickflip, like I've heard of those, but are there like this is the Superman? Or
Oh
something?
yeah, they get
okay.
so crazy with some of the names.
Yeah.
Like you don't even know where they come from. Like they have, and then like each trick, has a different stance too. So like
Okay.
depending on how you stand on the board is also different. So like you have like regular, which is just right and like normal, and then you have what's called like nollie, which is like you're riding in a regular formation or like your normal stance, but then you ride at the nose of the board, and
Oh,
then
That seems
they
easier
have-
to.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
kind of
Don't try an ollie on your first.
No. Well, it'll depend.
Right.
Gotta
Not,
practice.
not on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah, then they got
Accidentally.
switch, like which is like, your opposite stance, not
Um,
like, so like I ride with my left foot forward, which is like regular. And then so if I rode switch, it would be my right foot forward.
Okay.
And then
So like ambidextrous
Yep.
skating.
exactly.
Okay.
And then they have a thing called fakie too. So there's 4 different kinds of stances where it's like regular nollie, switch, and then fakie. And so fakie is just it's just like nollie, except when you're riding switch, you just go to the nose of your board too. So
Oh.
and then obviously you can do pretty much every trick you can do regular, you can do it in any of those stances. And it even though it doesn't sound like it's that much harder, it's definitely, you can see it, you can tell a big difference trying to switch stances.
People, here's the thing. I'm just gonna, because I know some of our listeners may not be aware of maybe how hard it is to ride a skateboard.
Yeah.
Maybe you look at it and you're like, I can do this. If you think what he's just talked about it doesn't sound hard,
Yeah.
try to just push off on a skate.
Right,
Like
yeah.
just go stand on a skateboard.
Mhm.
Just stand on a skateboard on an incline and see if you can ride it downhill.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Without being
Until
terrified.
it comes down. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you are able to do that on your own, stand on a skateboard and it rolls down a hill and comes to a stop. When you've mastered that, and then you're like, I'm going to try and push off from a flat, then you'll see how hard it is. And he's talking about
Yeah.
moving feet, going other directions, putting things up front, up back. Yep. Nope. You try it
Yeah.
first before you criticize what seems
No
like might be
kidding.
simple.
It sounds like okay. This is not a great comparison, but in my brain, I'm thinking of when I watch the Olympics and I see like gymnastics or ice skating or whatever, and they're taking off like 0.2 of a whatever point because
Oh,
this
yeah.
certain positioning was just not quite
Right.
right. Like, is that how you're like at this skate jam? Are you judging? I mean, maybe
yeah,
not that
in a
intensely,
sense,
but like,
in a sense,
yeah.
yep, exactly. Speaking of the Olympics, skateboarding is actually an Olympic
Yeah,
sport now,
it
so
is.
which is
Crazy.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And so the way that like when I was talking about the one like the street league skateboarding, like that different kind of organization, it'll kind of be ran like that for the most part.
Okay.
So like I said, it'll be like 1 through 10 type deal, and so
Okay.
and in street league type form, like if you get a 9 or higher, like that's like a great score.
Yeah.
Like a 10 is
Unheard of.
Unheard of, yeah.
Okay.
So like
yeah.
for somebody to actually get a 10 is going to be pretty ridiculous.
Mhm.
But that's also the point of like that makes it kind of tough for these smaller type events is like, you're not trying to like tear some kids down either. You know what I
Right.
mean? You don't
Yeah.
want to like some like little kid that's out there just trying to have a good
You're
time
like,
and then you're
"One."
like, yeah, let me give you a 1
Yeah.
right quick. Like
Yeah.
that's just honestly that's just
So
ignorant.
you are
Yeah.
going to go 1 to 10. I would think you would want to go just from 1 to 5. Like 5 is going to be the highest you can get here, and then when you do get a 1, maybe you still feel good.
Yeah, I think if we just did it through like the 1 through 9, because of how many kids participate, it'll make it to where people aren't getting tied and stuff like that. Where if we did it through
do
like
you
the
have skate offs then if they're tied?
Yeah, we'll figure something out for that. Yeah, that'll be like a last
There
minute.
won't be any score. There won't be any
It
ties.
won't happen.
Be like, oh shoot,
I'll
this
make sure we
person was
don't.
better than that person. Ricky, hey, make sure.
If for some reason I see all 3 of our numbers go up and it's like the same number again, I'll just like change the number right quick or
You're
something.
like, that's the power that you
right.
have.
I'll round up.
Yeah.
I know on a scooter, one of the tricks is to spin the foot bed.
A tail whip.
There we go. In a
Yeah.
circle.
There you go. Heck yeah.
What you didn't see is I was making the move with my hand, and Dakota's like, I know where she's heading with this. Because I see there's some like bicycle tricks, I think, mirror some of the like motorbike tricks that you would see. And then I see scooters doing some of the things that you would do with a bike. Just, I think it's a different skill set because you're like, not the same kind of equipment. But there's some of those things that I think are able to be done from that perspective. So
I think the scootering was just like, it's such a happy medium between skateboarding and biking. It's like, you know, if you
combines the two.
It does kind of, it is kind of a combination.
For sure. And so like there's no pedals and stuff. And like I was saying earlier, you know, a lot of those kids and like even some adults, like, you know, them bikes are really heavy, you know, and if you don't get used to them bikes and you're all flying through the air, it's not gonna, you know, you're not gonna be able to do anything. And then, you know, with the skateboarding, some people just don't have the balance. So if you mix the two together, then you got a scooter.
Let me just go back to something not related to this topic that it was on ESPN 8.
Back to ESPN Ocho. Okay.
They do have an electric scooter race competition.
That's crazy.
Just a race.
And they're weird looking scooters. They're not like the bird scooters or the ones you pedal with your feet. They're like,
do they look almost like a hoverboard situation?
No, they look like the what were the first kind of I'm forgetting the name, but they had the they're like a hoverboard with a scooter pole.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Segway.
Yes. They look like Segways. So they are doing that. And I'm like, what? And they're all in like neon colors. I don't know.
That's
wild.
So that was on. I'm telling you, Ocho is fun.
Is this on at like 2 a.m. or?
No, this is prime time, like 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, look at Ocho breaking.
Yeah.
So I like tap my husband, like, hey, are you watching the scooter races? And he goes, there's scooter race. I'm like, and it's like a little course, and they have to, like a bike. It was cool.
I'm sure that's harder than it looks. I'm sure on those Segways too.
Yeah, and it didn't. It looked like something I could compete in.
Oh, okay. We're gonna see you on ESPN soon then.
I'm curious how you'd like soup up one of them Segways,
right,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you got like rules and regulations to that, or
like you got it like a race car. You got to like check in and weigh.
It looked
and,
almost futuristic. Like they all had the same colored jersey jockey outfits. So like they were like in bike shorts
Segway
and
jockey.
They were like in a bicycle uniform. So like when you're a
so it's
racer
aerodynamic
with the same hat, but then like in horse racing, they each had different colors. So it was like green and the yellow and the blue. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Have you ever seen the movie Tron? Do you remember that movie that came out? That's like what you're like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you're talking about.
Okay, so
kinda.
I will, for all you
Scaring me.
listeners, know I wasn't watching the movie Tron when I saw the ESPN 8 scooter
this
race.
is an actual thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just saying there's a future out there for folks if you aren't into tricks. And you can just ride in a pattern.
Hilarious. It's not just something you do on a vacation somewhere.
No. It isn't, but it should be.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But these are ideas. We can probably bring them to Great Falls.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How many mall cops do you think quit their job to go and be like professional Segway?
That's what we can
racers?
use the mall for.
Hey, the mall's got
We can use part of the mall for that.
close it down and do a midnight scooter
I'm not
race
saying
league.
in place of other things, like in addition.
This is a good idea. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
look at us. We got all kinds of ideas.
Future
that
for
could
your
be the future for you.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if I want that to be my future. You guys go ahead and just take that one.
Maybe you put in your indoor part like a raised track up top. That's for Segways.
No.
That would be pretty wild, actually.
I'm gonna say no because there
Aw.
needs to be other curves. Like you can't just go in a circle like NASCAR.
True.
You gotta have areas. But I'm gonna find this for you, Dakota, and I'm gonna send it to you, and you'll be like, maybe there is an opportunity in the indoor skate
Like a
park for
Segway
this.
obstacle course.
Yes.
That would be so wild.
Okay,
Oof.
I've derailed us.
No, I would travel somewhere and go to an indoor Segway obstacle course park. My husband would not go with me for this, but I 100% would go.
Yeah, I saw it, so we're gonna find it again.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
We got all kinds of things for you to work on, Dakota.
I'm very
Lot of-
excited.
If you're not watching ESPN 8 on a regular, I don't know where your ideas come from.
Yeah.
This
Got
is
a
the
new
world's
subscription to
oyster,
get.
really,
Yeah.
right there. I don't even know where you find it, but
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know where to start with
well,
that.
I find it at the halftime. So I subscribe to it. That's
So
where
make
I
sure
see
that's
this.
on when you go to get your taco after you get your coupon. And yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, halftime, for
Oh,
having ESPN 8.
That's
The
wild.
Ocho.
Okay, so besides opening a business, running another business, doing skateboarding things, what do you like to do in
Oh,
town?
great question.
Where do you like to eat? Where do you like to go?
Yeah.
Because you have so much extra time on your
Yeah.
hands. Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose.
The halftime.
What
Yeah.
are some of your, let's maybe do this. Some of the things from your childhood that you remember fondly, do they still exist in town? Because you don't look
that's a
that
good
old.
question, actually.
yeah. That's a good question. Great Falls
know,
of yesteryear.
There was I want to say it was Galaxy Games or something
Oh,
like that
okay.
from like way back in the day, and it was like a huge arcade, and I want to say it was down at the strip mall by
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
where,
Westgate or
yes,
whatever it
yes,
was?
yes.
Yeah.
And I remember like that was there, and then I moved to Billings, and I came back, and then like that
It was
whole mall
gone.
was
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
empty, completely empty,
Yeah.
and I was like, I didn't like, you know.
Dakota's not
Yeah.
here anymore.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
Done,
exactly.
yeah.
I was sad.
We do have still a little bit of an old school arcade
we do.
at the
Next to
Wheels
In-
of Thunder.
Oh, yes.
And then we've got the grown up version of the pinball machine arcade at SideQuest.
In
Bar.
between In-Bar and Big Dipper
But
downtown.
I haven't thought about that area of town for a long time.
Yeah.
So-
That's like my like oldest, because I just remember like walking in and like seeing like the logo. The logo's like so vivid in my mind, and then like when you walked in, it was all like spaced out.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So
Fun.
yeah, I'll definitely never forget that one. And then me and my girlfriend were talking the other day while we were driving by the refinery, and I've always remembered a wall being there, that brick wall that they have there. And she's like trying to convince me that from way back when that there used to not be a wall there. It used to just be like a fence.
Huh.
So could you guys like
Ooh.
myth bust that, or do you know?
Probably gonna go with you. I don't remember there always being a wall there.
Yeah, like I've always thought there was a wall
Yeah,
there.
you're going with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
I've
going
always
with
thought
the
there.
girlfriend.
Yeah, I've always thought there was that wall there
Yeah.
because you couldn't. I've always had this like really weird in Picament or whatever you'd say
Yeah.
of that place.
Yeah.
That it's like the Great Falls, like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, because you can't see it.
Yes.
You never see anybody
You're
go
not
in.
allowed to go in.
You never
yeah.
see anybody come out. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
But it's always
true.
on.
Yeah.
There's always
There's
somebody
stuff
working.
happening.
Yeah.
They're making
I don't know. I think they're making chocolate.
rivers.
We have a whole new marketing campaign for them now.
Yeah, no doubt. And so that's like why I've always envisioned that wall.
Yeah.
Because like it's like the same
Because
wall
you
from
were
that
dreaming
movie.
of
Yeah.
being able to see through.
Yeah.
There's always been some type of barrier there. I don't think it's always been the one that's there now,
Mhm.
but I think
I
there's always been some type of
Okay, maybe now
barrier.
that as I think though, you haven't always been able to see. You've never been able to see through.
through. Right. To
Right.
like ground level.
I'm gonna go with wall. I've
Yeah.
changed my mind, but I'm going with wall now, and I'm sticking with
So
it.
you have it recorded so
Word.
you can tell her.
I can't wait to call her as soon as I leave here.
I don't
This
think it's
woman
always
who
been.
has no
yeah.
ability to know much of anything has
It's actually
said.
been like 6 months ago, and I'm going to call her and be like, that wall has
Yeah.
always been there.
I
Remember?
have been holding on to this.
Yeah.
Remember when we nearly broke up about the wall
Yeah.
over at Calumet? Here's the deal.
I'd still end up having to just say that she was right at the end, though.
Yeah.
You-
Smart.
It's the
Yeah.
only way to. It's the only way it works.
For,
Right.
The refinery could be like, Calumet themselves
Yeah.
could be like, nope, it's been there
Yeah.
since we've opened. She'd be
Yeah,
like,
we'll get somebody
"Yeah,
from
right."
Calumet on and set the record straight. But I am also going to say, after being married now for 20 plus whatever years, I've spent many of time just going, yeah, you're right, baby. You're right. And it also happened this morning, and I was not
So this is
wrong,
fresh on your
but
mind. Yeah.
yes.
Sometimes
I
you have
just
to
say it. You
go.
just say it because you got to move past it some way.
Yeah, that's most of the time. I'm like, yep, you're right. And
You're
then she'll
right.
be like, well, that didn't work out. I'm like, yeah, well, I tried to tell you, but it's all right.
You're
You
right,
could go
baby.
on a date to the history museum and then be like, let's dig up information. Look what I found, this old picture of the refinery. And
Have it planned, called Ashley and be like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm bringing a date and I'm going to
I
need
need
a
you
picture
to have this picture
of
just
this.
out. Yeah.
Oh, man. She probably
We're
was
That
so
would be
full of
proud.
ideas.
diabolical.
Yeah.
I think that is something perfect to do.
Yeah.
That would be pretty
You're all-
funny.
Well,
So many good ideas for you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dakota, thanks for coming on our
Yeah.
show
Of
and
course.
telling us a bunch of fun stories. Thanks for all the work to put on a really cool
Yeah.
event and educating us about skate stuff.
Yes, thank you.
I'm going to say this, it may or may not be true, but we do have one of the top 5 premier skate parks in the Pacific Northwest, or just Northwest, because we're not really Pacific. So
Inland, Northwest.
yeah, we are one of the top 5 skate parks in the Northwest. And so you should experience it here in Great
He
Falls.
agreed with you. He's
Yeah.
the expert. So,
Yep.
yeah.
See, I know
Definitely.
stuff.
I think we have a beautiful skate park.
Mhm.
And the competition, look for it for next year.
Yeah.
You can start practicing now. You can enter it maybe by next year,
She's talking to
or
herself. Mhm.
or just come and experience the event so you can see how talented other folks are.
Yeah, no kidding.
And be looking forward to the Funk opening in the future.
Yes.
And
You'll have to let us know.
Heck yeah.
Segway races. That's your teaser.
Yes.
So, folks,
Very excited.
thanks for being here, Dakota. And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy faces in our fine city, we do hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. See you soon.
We're No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.